is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring.
The Universe delivering quite a reaction. Perhaps the most highly anticipated match of the night.
He says it's all about dominance tonight and plans on showing why everyone backstage should be scared. Why the WWE Universe is so amped up for this one. He said he wants to be the most dominant champ in history, so he will not let up in a non-title situation.
And with the title not being on the line, it doesn't actually seem like the champ is sweating this match. But he has to also know there are still championship implications at stake.
Of course he knows that, but he also knows there's a reason why he is the champ. He may not be sweating this match, but he is for sure taking it as seriously as he would if the title were on the line.
Agree to disagree, I guess. We'll just have to see how this match shakes out.
In the other corner, however, is a very eager competitor who has been waiting to get his hands on the champ. Now that he's got his shot, I think we can trust he's going to go all out.
No other way to say it, guys. That looked like it hurt a lot.
There's actually no regard for your opponent's safety when you toss them to the outside like that. The ref took the brunt of that one. Slingshot and completely missed the mark.
You can be fearless, but you also need to be smart, and that was not smart.
And he's just chaining together more offense now.
Oh, he's totally locked in, man.
Onto the steel.
You heard the thud on the steps. I guarantee that was the sound of bones shattering.
Get this back into the ring now.
Nothing fancy here, just raw power. I'll just leave it at this. Nobody comes into a match hoping to get chucked around like that.
And he's finally found an answer to this offensive storm.
His instincts kicking in and saving him from a further beating.
He's on top of things and clearing the ring of the hazard.
And he continues to take relentless offense here.
Just letting himself get run over now.
He didn't plan for this. And with the German.
Oh, that
rights. Throwing all caution to the wind and flying around like a bat out of hell.
Oh, they're not going to bite the hand. Oh, my God, they are.
This maniac's out of control.
Managing to evade a precarious position there.
Wait a second. Shaking things off and getting back into this one.
Delivers the suplex.
And now gets tossed into the ring. Rushing him, trampling.
With ruthless striking.
Playing him on the top rope. Oh, from the top rope. By the rope.
Choke slam.
Exiting the ring, taking the action outside.
I don't know if this is a good idea. This is going to take more strength than he has left.
A lift. He's been dealt a good deal of damage.
Every move costs double at this point. Now is where you really see what something is made of.
He's giving this match all he's got right now.
Executing his game plan with authority. And the ref clearing the area of that dangerous weapon. Flip to the outside, onto the apron, picking up speed.
Here we go.
Good Lord, taking flight.
Tossed back into the ring. Oh, and he stops that offense. He finally manages to answer back.
He's got to take this opportunity and follow through, man. He's in a bad spot right here.
Clothesline!
And now he's reaching out to the crowd for support. Some much-needed adrenal fuel.
And this one could be moving to ringside. Be back from the outside now.
He's got the WWE Universe behind him and willing them into giving him a boost here.
Catches a kick to the face. Watch this display of power.
Sit down hard.
Off the ropes. Here we go. Running knee strike to the head.
And he just got caught good once again.
This is a bleak-looking situation. It might be over here soon.
We've seen a lot of contentious rivalries here in WWE over the years, but this is really starting to go over the edge.
I'm sure they're not thinking about it right now, but this rivalry is going to cause them to live on in infamy. The things they're doing to each other, to anyone who dares stand in their way. This is only getting worse.
I didn't think it'd be possible for it to escalate even more, but boy, was I wrong. And what need is there to go looking under the apron like this?
Introducing the steel chair into this match.
Lefts and rights over and over. This superstar now just teeing off lefts and rights.
And this onslaught's really taken everything out of him.
Yeah, I don't think he expected to be fighting from the bottom like this.
And a face crusher.
Military press. Choke slam.
That might be it right there.
looks to cover. And this one is over.
Now's a good time to look at some of the highlights from that last matchup. Here is your winner, King.
And that seemed like a pretty easy day at the office right there.
To quote a pair of awesome scholars, in life, there are winners and there are losers. We are looking at a winner right now.
The following is an Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring from Mumbai, India, weighing in at 228 pounds, Sabu!
Everyone in this match is competing at such a... There's the bell, and chaos is near as this Extreme Rules match is underway.
So much damage and destruction in Extreme Rules. There's really no telling how far these competitors are willing to push the limits of their human body.
That was a powerbomb with one message in mind: absolute destruction.
Did you guys feel the rumble from that impact?
Precision elbow strike.
Oh, he fends that off. Sent flying out of the ring here.
He's trying so desperately to get back to his feet. Oh. Oh. Well-aimed knee drop.
Drop. Absolutely no telling what's underneath the ring tonight.
Taking out the goodie bag, and I'll tell...
Where did those thumbtacks come from?
I don't know, Cole, and I don't want to imagine where they're going to end up.
Up and protoplex. No way of being disqualified tonight, so who knows what we'll end up seeing.
If we are lucky, we are going to see some truly innovative...
From the top!
Oh, God, terrible landing on the outside.
Taking flight only to find nobody home at ringside. What a disastrous miscalculation.
And come on, was that really called for? That showed a complete lack of respect for your competition and for our sport. And he slides him back to the mat. Up the rope he goes.
From the sky.
Diving leg drop from the top rope.
Directly into the pin attempt.
There's two. Almost. 2.5.
You cannot get much closer to the end than that.
And Cena with the wherewithal to counter.
Good Lord, a terrifying landing for him.
Here we go. Good Lord, taking flight.
Wiping out the competition, but also possibly yourself.
Slipping out of the way there.
Oh, a DDT!
Oh, man.
Putting some serious wear and tear on that leg. Pain must be shooting through that leg now.
Just driving the point of the elbow down. He just saved himself there.
Targeting the leg and not holding back.
You suffer a direct hit like that, and it's tough to move.
What's he open to find out there?
Looks like a bag, but what's in the bag is what's more interesting.
He gets back into the ring.
Pulling the ladder out from under the apron. Looks like he's setting it up for something big here.
He's leaving the ring now. No countouts to worry about. Getting carried to a vulnerable position here.
No muss, no fuss on that delivery. Someone clearly doesn't want this match to go on much longer than it has to. Is that? Yeah, it's a bag, and I feel the whole WWE Universe knows what's in it.
Uh-oh.
John Cena even more determined than ever now.
Stop to the belly. No. Onto the...
There's the pin.
A kick out. You can see the frustration starting to build.
An absolutely incredible kick out from him at this point.
That didn't look good for Cena at all. And now the aftermath is painted on his face. Just decorated with all that sharp and painful glitter now. Death by 1,000 cuts.
Stalking from above. From the head. Oh, no!
Again.
Incoming. Can John Cena survive this?
2 count. No way. No way.
This is what John Cena does. Just when you think he's down and out, Cena always finds a way to defy the odds and stay fully in this thing.
Just dished out his most devastating.
He's spreading those thumbtacks around like the seeds of pain they are.
Sliding into the ring now. Stops that offense from...
Double leg takedown and trying for a quick pin here.
Just immediately being stabbed by hundreds or thousands of tacks. I wouldn't even wish that on my worst enemies. Cena reaches deep into his bag of tricks for that springboard stunner.
That would have been painful without landing on those tacks. I think they're going to go into shock after that.
Oh, he had that scalp.
Cena now with the power and technique.
Attitude adjustment.
Is that all Cena needs?
Makes it cover. It's over. Brutality finally comes to an end.
Here is your winner, John Cena.
John Cena comes away with the victory in this match.
Obviously, big match John strikes again. All in a day's work for the GOAT.
The madman from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, has arrived.
The following contest is an Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, weighing in at 287 pounds, Cactus Jack.
He's been covered with thumbtacks, nails, barbed wire, been lit on fire, been broken in half.
And yet Cactus is still standing and ready for whatever else you got. Cactus Jack is ready to take aim at the entire WWE locker room.
Weighing in at 270 pounds, Mortis.
As soon as I saw this superstar on the match card tonight, I knew we would be in for a treat.
Schlub is preparing for a hardcore fight of his life against an opponent who lives to suffer, a complete maniac.
And there's sure to be plenty of bedlam on tap in this Extreme Rules matchup.
These superstars have nothing but bad intentions in mind for each other, and they have everything and everywhere at their disposal to annihilate one another. Right across the legs.
This could do it.
Axe handle from the middle rope.
Absorbing the worst of that. And he finds a way to elude that attack.
Oh, Cactus answers back. Oh, what a headbutt. Oh, jab caught by the counter.
Carefully measured knee drop.
It's always so dangerous being involved in a no disqualification match.
And let me tell you, man, these no DQ matches can change you. They will scar you, physically and mentally.
Hooked up. Oh, shit breaker. And he's absorbed some stiff offense already.
Oh, yeah, you can see the intensity growing in Jack.
Big back body drop. Lift it up. What's next?
Oh, just took that hard shot right to the big.
Nicely done. Managing to save themselves there.
Springboard. Springboard clothesline.
Making a hasty retreat to the outside. Some may consider this an act of cowardice, but I personally think it's strategic thinking.
What a display of strength here. Power slam.
From above.
Laying it in there.
He counters with a great reversal. Heads outside the ring.
And no countouts means he can take his time.
Boom. forcing him onto the bleached ladder.
And clearly plans to do some serious harm. He needs to get out of this. Counter. Saw it coming.
Sharp jab. Series of strikes to the back. That's just a beatdown.
Nothing was being held back with each of those strikes. To the back. Oh, what a knee left.
Solid bit of defense on his part there.
Into the barricade.
Thunderous club comes down. Very effective. Wrenches the arm. Ooh, nasty kick.
Oh, just bludgeoning the competition with that blow.
Oh, this is just too far. Get some control in there. Ooh, that's going to leave a mark. There was no issue with that attack. Hey, sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures. Who are we to judge? Oh, hard stomp to the leg.
Being hobbled like that, something to keep an eye on. Range down an elbow retaliation. Ooh. Brought back into the ring from the floor now.
Thumped with a big blow.
Gets lifted into position. Lands face first. Jack's shoulders are down. This one's for the win. Kicks out.
I didn't think we'd see a kick out there. Lethal combination. He's got his sights locked in now.
Springboard. Springboard clothesline.
Going for the cover. He might just have it.
Almost ended it there.
Color me impressed. I have no idea how he managed to kick out at this point. And he manages to escape just in the nick of time.
Dynamite Russian leg sweep. And a late pin attempt by Cactus Jack. He kicks out at two.
I can't even believe this anymore. I just want to sit back and enjoy this battle. Oh, yes, man.
Cactus Jack.
Jack with a big time move.
Finally, it's over.
Here is your winner, Cactus Jack.
Cactus Jack gets the win.
Say what you want about Captain Jack, but no one can deny he gets the job done in the ring by any means necessary, and Cactus just proves that once again.
has arrived.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Philadelphia, weighing in at 240 pounds, the Sandman!
The ECW icon, the five-time ECW heavyweight champion. Everything the Sandman does is extreme.
His brutal style in the ring has proven hard for many opponents to overcome. We've got the Sandman in action here tonight.
And I was going to say, things are about to get extreme. But this is the Sandman. I think extreme might be putting it too lightly. I still cringe at some of the things I've seen him do to his opponents.
There really is a disturbing lack of concern for anyone's safety when the Sandman is in the ring. This is the man who is always looking for a fight, and he's found one here tonight.
But he's going to be facing one superstar who's always evolving. He told me earlier that he's looking to showcase some new moves in this match tonight.
Spiked him. And you don't just do something like that to win a match. You do that to inflict punishment. Oh, the moonsault connects. He's out of the ring. What does he have in mind now?
He's got a chair, but I don't think he's looking to take a seat.
The hit's starting to take their toll on him a little.
He'll find a way to counter back, though.
Opponent looking like a corpse here, but hoisted in a fireman's carry.
Oh, no, 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 no. Now that's what you call impact.
He better hustle back into the ring.
Back in the nick of time.
Oh, Northern Lights. Watch this. Planted into the steps.
That's got to do it. There's no bouncing back from that. Targeting the arm to great effect.
Sandman can't find any reprieve right now.
Yeah, Sandman needs to recompose himself.
An unyielding showing of authority. No two ways about it. Oh, just a straight deadlift of power.
There's blood in the water now. He better be careful.
Flying.
With authority.
And he fights it off.
Not an easy. But after shrugging off the pin, how much can he really have left?
Clubbing blow. Oh, man.
A jumping stop to the gut.
Super kick. Wait a minute, got the opponent tied up like a pretzel. Just rolled through. Beautiful there. What are we going to do here?
All the way down. Falling powerbomb.
Gosh, truly, I need to know. When will it
Blast off.
Oh, man. This might be it right here.
What an emphatic victory, guys. No contest.
The Sandman might have lost here, but what he did to his opponent is going to be felt for weeks.
for the whole damn show.
And his opponent, from Battle Creek, Michigan,
a match where anything goes. Extreme Rules is underway. No disqualification, no count. One of the most exciting, albeit dangerous match types in all of sports entertainment.
And a great match for those of us who maybe like to draw outside the lines in the ring, who like to bend the rules to our favor. Here, that's all perfectly legal.
Attacks are starting to impact him.
But his blood is pumping now. He's feeling that pain, and he's all ready to inflict even more now. Ready to get extreme, man.
This certainly isn't a technical, sporting type of match with there being no disqualifications.
While it might not seem like the most technical of situations, you don't want to give up on that altogether. We've seen some pretty technical moves amplified with weapons in this type of match.
Oh! Stun gun! And Van Dam is showcasing his arsenal.
RVD is holding nothing back. Oh, my God. Oh, brutal miscalculation.
Suplex! He's able to counter that. He finally found a way to bring things to a halt here.
He is absolutely back in this fight.
Oh, look at this here. Arm wrench.
Focusing on the shoulder like that can be felt all the way to your fingertips.
RVD says he's hold up right here in the corner. He's going to go for it. Can he do it? RVD.
Beautiful split-legged moonsault.
Impressive fashion tonight. Let's take another look at these guys in action.
here is your winner.
A tremendous effort, earning Rob Van Dam the win. Rob Van Dam! Oh, big and pays for it. You can see Van Dam's eyes taking aim.
RVD is going to set it up. He's going to go for it.
We've seen how damaging pile drivers can be, and that one looked particularly painful. The only word that comes to mind with them is admiration.
Yeah, Corey, what started as a sporting rivalry. Superstar that has all the tools to be one of the biggest names this business has ever seen.
I'm not ready to crown him as the next big thing just yet, but his performance in this match could...
Nobody holding on that one.
Looking for the submission. Inverted figure four leg lock. This could be it.
Potential leg snapper.
Retaliates.
Trading counters here.
Strikes with the feet. And then a stop to the back.
getting him up.
Uh-oh, second rope. This is going to be nasty.
This could be the nail in the coffin.
Think about the impact. Pedigree! That move wasn't originally intended for the top rope, but that's what we just saw.
He's taking things outside now.
Jumping knee strike on point. And it looks like, yeah, he's donning the crimson mask after that move. Being able to pull that off, no one is going to question if you skip going to the gym today. Boot to the midsection. Hoisted up.
Looking to turn this match into a demolition site with that sledgehammer.
Wobbling back up, totally checked out at the moment.
Running knee lift, and now he's just facing an unyielding assault.
He really needs to think and think fast if he wants to turn the tables here.
And now heading back inside the ring.
Planted with the DDT instead.
A knee right to the face.
And a roll through hoists their opponent up. That's gotta end things. How can anyone move after that?
Scaling the turnbuckle here.
Way up, crash landing.
He's locked up.
Uranagi with authority.
Oh, and it's reversed.
Moonsault.
Taking a chance one more time and landing with incredible impact. And he exits the ring.
Better watch the count. And here comes Old Faithful. The steel chair is in hand.
Counters to gain the advantage. Totally helpless at the moment.
Crushing the ring.
Double axe handle.
And would you look at this?
Clearly hoping something nefarious is beneath the ring. He looks absolutely dead on his feet.
Yeah, I don't think this is the way anyone planned for this thing to go.
What started out a few short weeks ago with a few choice sports has turned into an all-out blood feud between them.
This is a level of aggression that few take it to, but when they do, it's all-out war.
Big shot to the chest. Big plans in mind from this superstar. That is a lot of distance to cover. There is no way, coast to coast on the money.
You have solidified your name as a top athlete when you're able to pull off that move.
Trying to get back to his feet with no clue of what's waiting for him.
And he's pulled the ring apron up, looking over there for something.
Grabbing the good old kendo.
Look out. Senton! Taking advantage of the opportunity. A defiant kick out after one.
You've got to be kidding me. How was he able to kick out at this point?
And now he sees control for the moment.
And he's really reinforcing his authority with every movement here.
Lining up their opponent. Running knee.
Looking to the crowd like he wants to take them all on.
Making his his way to the top here. Oh, my God. Uh-oh. Springboard! He's changing his mind. Going for something different now. Double stomp. He's getting completely overwhelmed now.
He has to find a way to break up this offense.
They're beautiful. Oh, yes.
All the way down. Falling powerbomb.
Falling landing there. Those steps are dented to hell now.
Oh, slingshot lariat. And he's keeping this attack going and going.
He's just teeing off right now. Not holding back at all.
Projectile right on target.
Double stomp. Oh, geez, straight to the cranium. And through the ropes.
Just took that high risk and got that high reward. Big time. Oh, yeah, man.
Great in-ring IQ on display there. Counter upon counter. Great minds thinking alike.
He has no response for this barrage of offense.
It's crucial for him to retaliate now.
Oh, God! Right into the steps.
That'll leave a diamond-plated mark anywhere on your body.
And gets tossed back into the mat. Uh-oh. Springboard coup de grace. Lining up their opponent. Running move. Shoulders down. Does he have it? That's it. The blood and sweat put into this match. Well worth it. Let's take another look at these guys getting after it.
Here is your winner, Kenny.
This kind of win establishes him to the world.
An important win for him in this one.
This match is why his name is mentioned when superstars get asked about dream matches.
Just an unbelievable performance he had tonight, Corey. And he gets delivered back into the ring. So, Booker, how would you describe this man?
Very simple, man. WCW's Mount Rushmore, Dallas Page. Everybody always felt the pain.
The following is an extra...
There's the bell, and chaos is near as this Extreme Rules match is underway.
So much damage and destruction in Extreme Rules. There's really no telling how far these competitors are willing to push the limits of their human body.
Oh, look at that. Starting with a bang.
Some extra miles behind each of these haymakers.
Treating each other like heavy bags. Each exchange just sapping the energy from these two.
The cheers are the only thing that keep these guys.
Back and forth they went. That was just a preview of what we're about to see here.
The emotions are running high. The blood boiling, man. You gotta love it.
Clearly had a strategy going on there with the attention on the leg.
Looks like a play to go after the legs now. And the battle lines have clearly been drawn.
Yeah, this is absolutely going to be a war. That was just an early taste.
Extreme Rules is kind of a misnomer, simply because there are no rules.
Anything and everything becomes a weapon in Extreme Rules. If it's not bolted down, it's fair game here.
And now Paige taking over.
And I don't see Paige slowing down whatsoever.
Going to the top rope. What's his plan?
Look out!
With the smash.
Test of toughness right here. What a start.
All right, from the start of the bell, we're
Taking flight! Right on the point. Forget about it.
Attempting high-risk move after high-risk move at a breakneck pace.
Headed out of the ring now.
He's looking for an implement of destruction under the ring. And he re-enters into the ring.
My goodness, what a knee strike.
Powerful contact by Paige. He's in a bit of agony now.
Extreme Rules takes an intense toll on the body. The longer this match goes, the worse it gets.
Oh, shin breaker.
It'll be hard to walk after that. And now he's doing what one does with a bag of thumbtacks, spreading the thousands of tacks around. He's clearly planning to do major damage with them.
Here we go. Onto the thumbtacks.
Just tearing into all that flesh, turning into a human pincushion.
They've been pushing each other for weeks now, but I can't believe it's reached this point.
Yeah, Cole, when a feud gets this intense, it's hard to come back from it. This is something they'll carry for years.
Oh, no, he just got busted wide open.
The official needs to take a look at that.
Uh-oh. What is Diamond Dallas Page going to do here?
Dallas Page.
Lift off!
Piercing elbow drop from up high, man.
Paige is taking charge. Diamond Dallas Page. Vintage Diamond Cup.
DDP just ended this.
Transitions into the pen. Is this it? And he's still in the game.
Kicking out at the last minute. Where is he getting this from?
And it may just take going to the well one more time with that maneuver to gain the win. Oh, God. Onto the thumbtacks.
All those thumbtacks, they are going to look like chopped meat after that.
DDP back in the ring now.
Lifting their opponent back to their feet and up.
No. Onto the thumbtacks.
I can't believe it. There's no way you can continue after those tacks. Look at that. They're stuck on the damn body.
Getting set on the turnbuckle now. Looking to show off their aerial abilities here with an avalanche twist of fate.
This could be the end of it.
2. We've got some time to take another look at some of the highlights from that one.
Here is your winner,
DDP with the victory.
Diamond Dallas Page is just flying. Whoa, look out.
Tossing those steel steps like they're nothing. Takes it up high here.
Out of nowhere, Diamond Cutter.
The New World Order is here.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the NWO from Miami, Florida, weighing in at 280 pounds, Scott Hall.
From the main events to the title wins to spray painting their territory, the New World Order letting the entire WWE Universe know where the power lies.
And his opponent from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 210 pounds, the man of 1,000 holds, Dean Malenko.
All these superstars come into this match incredibly hungry to prove their dominance. I can't wait to see what unfolds.
He said he'll steal the show here tonight, and he looks more than ready to deliver on that promise.
The bell rings, and Scott Hall is ready to get this match going.
You know, for a big man, it's always surprising just how quick on his feet Scott Hall is. I've had to experience it firsthand. A man his size shouldn't move that fast, damn it. In that ring, you gotta be kidding me.
It's no wonder Hall is as cocky as he is. With his size and his power, on top of his athleticism and agility, Hall's a hard matchup for anyone.
But across the way is a man who's rededicated his focus. Someone who's been spending extra time training and scouting for his competition.
Hall saw it coming.
He has the target right where he wants it. Ducks out of harm's way.
That's what they call it, a hot shot. Returning back to the ring. Punishing boot gets discarded out of the ring. Goes under the ropes and into the ring.
Oh, and our official got too close to danger there.
Bam, what a slap. It seems like that slap might have had a little extra hostility behind it.
Driven down with a sidewalk slam.
Elbow drop. Looks like he just got rocked there.
All the way up and around the world.
He hits the head scissors.
Agility like that, easier said than done, gentlemen.
Uh-oh, gonna try to break the leg.
Ouch! Leg breaker.
And he's going to the top.
Wants to finish this. And boom!
Going for the cover here.
And there's the kick out.
He's still in this.
They are feeding off the WWE fans, now pinning the arm down, and stop right to the head.
That was a showing of control and aggression.
And he goes for the pin.
What's the deal, man? What's this rep doing? There's a pin happening right now.
Still has enough energy for the simple kick out. Ooh!
Lifting them up. Relative ease. Followed up with a vicious punch. Elbow drop. Completely flattened, and that should do it. That has to do it. A small break in the explosive action here on WCW Nitro. Taking things to the outside, but got to make sure to heed the official's count.
Oh, knee back of neck.
Basement drop kick.
Just sit crashing into those steel steps.
Stomping down hard.
He's got to make some moves here or suffer the countout.
Things could get very...
Like it or not, this one is called a draw.
We've got time. Restart the match.
Here's a few clips from the last match for us. Scott Hall is prepared to get this match going.
You know, for a big man, it's always surprising just how quick on his feet Scott Hall is. I've had to experience it firsthand. A man his size shouldn't move that fast. Damn it, in that ring, you gotta be kidding me.
It's no wonder Hall is as cocky as he is. With his size, his power, on top of his athleticism and agility, Hall's a hard matchup for anyone.
Yeah, but he's staring at someone who's shown a lot of hustle to be in this spot. Whether he's studying tape or spending extra time at the PC, he expected this challenge and is ready for it. Got him in the corner now.
Sent flying with the monkey flip.
And he heads back into the ring.
He's able to dodge that one in time.
Impactful slam.
Bam!
Knee right on target. Might not know where exactly he is right now, and it's about to get worse. Here we go. Time to work out some aggression. Nothing pretty here. Just good old-fashioned fisticuffs.
What impressive determination from both competitors.
cost of this match. And a series of vicious stomps. Oh, man, that's like death by 1,000 cuts.
Taken down with a body slam. Scott is in command right now.
You cannot stop Scott when he's like this.
Oh, disabling. Sliding into the cover, looking to end this.
Using the ropes for leverage. That's not right. Only a 1 count before the kick out.
I think he's still just getting warmed up.
Picked up and being carried around now. Right to the throat. Elbow drop. Really continuing to take a beating in this match.
This could be the defining moment of this match for him. What does he do now? Yes. Perfect timing on that.
Scott goes into the cover. And the win! That may be one of the biggest wins of his career. Now let's take a look back at some of the great action.
Here is your winner, Scott Hall.
Scott Hall just got what he wanted with a victory here tonight.
Survey says one more for the bad guy.
And his opponent from Japan, weighing in at 245 pounds, Hero.
Clearly prepared for anything in this match. Physicality, mind games, cheap tricks. Nothing is going to throw this superstar off their game.
No easy matches here in the WWE, but this guy is ready for anything.
Here we go now with a superstar who has absolutely no problem.